Sure. All right, let's move to East Africa. Police in Kenya on Tuesday used tear gas and batons to disperse protesters who are demanding the removal of the Electoral Commission officials ahead of fresh presidential elections due next month.
The opposition coalition, the National Super Alliance, NASA, has said that it will not participate in those elections if the current Electoral Commission officials do not resign. The Supreme Court earlier this month annulled President Uhuru Kenyatta's second-term victory, citing irregularities and illegalities, as Sarah Kimani has been finding out.
Nairobi on Tuesday. Running battles between the police and protesters. Thick plumes of smoke filled the air as the demonstrators dispersed. Outside the Electoral Commission offices were two sets of protesters. President Kenyatta's supporters, who claimed the Supreme Court stole their victory by invalidating Kenyatta's re-election, and opposition leader Raila Odinga's supporters, who are demanding the removal of Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission officials whom they accuse of committing fraud in the August polls. Last week, Kenya's Director of Public Prosecutions ordered investigations into the conduct of Electoral Commission officials, including the Chief Executive Officer, Ezra Chiloba.
In any event, IEBC cannot begin the process of ensuring an honest election as long as those responsible for the irregularities and illegalities are still lacking in its corridors. IEBC has refused to dismiss or suspend them. That is why we are today beginning this peaceful campaign to force them out by public pressure so that the process of fair elections can at last begin.
The Electoral Commission on Monday announced a raft of reforms which they say will ensure transparency, including the use of technical experts from the UNDP and the Commonwealth into the Commission's ICT team, but the opposition says that is not enough.
The tragedy we face today, and which we have to confront before it consumes us, is not that elections were stolen. It is that the IEBC, Jubilee, and a number of local and international actors are determined to repeat that fraud, and they want us to participate in it.
Tuesdays is a first in a series of demonstrations organized by the opposition coalition, the National Super Alliance, to demand the removal of Electoral Commission officials and commissioners who they accuse of bungling the August 8th presidential elections. They say they cannot go to elections with the same team, indicating that it will be fraudulent and there is no chance that the elections will be free and fair. Sarah Kimani, SABC News, outside the Electoral Commission offices in Nairobi, Kenya.